I am so excited for today's episode. I will explain the crazy pigtails I'm wearing in a second, but this is a real invitation to step into the frequency of winning the divine lottery and to actually take what you're going to receive today and implement it into our lives. Because listen, we can passively listen to episode after episode after episode, but if we don't take what we're receiving and integrate it into our experience, our lives aren't going to really change. So stay tuned because I'm going to walk you through a process as simple as playing pretend. Because when we were kids, we did this, we made believe. Imagination creates reality, as Neville Goddard says. And that's exactly what we're going to do together here in real time.
Welcome to Winning the Divine Lottery. I'm your host, Amy Dawes.
What I love about today's episode is it is inspired action in the making. It's literally an intuitive nudge that I received to come on here and step into the frequency of play more. So, because this is a very playful episode, I had the inspired action to put my hair in pigtails. I'm going to stand up for the people that are watching on the video to wear my Care Bear t-shirt. Yep. I don't know if you remember Care Bear Care Bears. And then I have this it's hard to, I can't go all the way. But anyways, I have this see, this poofy crinoline skirt. And when I was a kid, I loved playing dress up. My mom had this cute white crinoline skirt that I used to put on with this poofy blouse, and I would put my hair up and I would just dance around and pretend like I was a famous actress. I loved it so much. So this has a purpose to step into the frequency of play. I encourage you right now to do what the adult you wouldn't do, to do what the 5-year-old you, the 6-year-old you, the 7-year-old would do, to put all your inhibitions aside, to put all your stories, all your this is stupid, I'm not going to do this. I mean, do it for you. Do it for the little you inside of you that innately loves to play. Because your life will change when you come from a place of playfulness in wanting to create your life consciously. So, we are literally going to do this together. Now, if you're in a place where you're driving or you're at work and you can't fully engage in this, I highly recommend that you listen to the very end so that you can take the inspired action that I'm going to share with you as like a call to action for you so that you can really start playing with this and stepping into creating your life consciously with playfulness, with ease, with fun, and with that effortless energy that you always have had within you, but perhaps has gotten suppressed and covered up because you became an adult. And somewhere in that adulthood, you learned that life is serious and you can't play and you can't rest and you can't take time to pretend and make believe. Well, I'm here to tell you, you absolutely have to. This is supposed to be a non-negotiable in your life because when you are playful, when you're looking at the lens through I can create anything that I want to in my imagination, and that gives me a feeling and a frequency of fun and fulfillment and possibility, your life will really start changing because the change is happening on the inside. So, for those of you right now who want to play with me, press pause, go find something in your closet that makes you feel playful. Put your hair in pigtails if you want to. Do something. Actually, even before I hit record, you know what song started playing in my mind? Lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop. And I'm like, this is perfect. Now I want a lollipop because I used to suck on those when I was a kid. So this all has purpose. Even though we're coming from the place of play, This is probably one of the most overlooked aspects of when we're trying to change something and create a new experience for ourselves because we're trying to actually do it from the old identity. The identity, take your age, go back to zero when you were conceived in your mother's womb. You were trying to make changes from that. Instead, we're going to let all of that go today on this episode and step through the door of possibility. So, right now, I want to give you the invitation to release everything that you know, everything that you think, and everything that says who you are today. I want you to let that go. It's as if we are taking a magic eraser and erasing everything, our identity, the people, the places, our bank accounts, the cars we drive, all of the stuff we own. Don't worry. If you really want it back, you can have it back at the end of this, okay? But we're literally going to take like a magic eraser and erase everything. But the one thing that's going to remain is our consciousness. And we are going to step through the door of possibility. So I want you to take a moment, and this is only if you can right now, please put your safety first, to take a moment and close your eyes and slow down your breathing. Allow your breath to slow down as you breathe in and slow down as you exhale. Allow your whole body to become relaxed, letting go. Allow the thoughts to start dissolving and dissipating. And if they're there, just pay no attention to them, observe them, but you don't have to do anything with them. Okay? So breathing nice and slowly, nice and deeply. And I want you to imagine that the clothes you are wearing right now represent everything that you know, all your thoughts, all your beliefs, all of your perceptions, all of the stories that you tell yourself, everything that forms the identity of you. That is what your clothes represent. And I want you to, in your mind's eye right now, see this glorious, luminous, golden light in front of you and above you. And you know somewhere deep in your being, in your consciousness, that the moment you step into this golden, luminous light, that the clothes you are wearing are going to completely disappear. And that all that's going to be left is pure consciousness, pure being, pure loving awareness. And you are going to feel so whole, so worthy, and so loved because you no longer have anything to compare it to. So I invite you now to step into this golden, luminous light, and whoosh, it gets to be easy. Here you are, pure consciousness, pure wholeness, pure worthiness. You are empty and full at the same time, filled with this luminous golden light of pure consciousness, pure loving awareness. You feel safe, you feel at peace, you feel at home. And now, in front of you, you see a door, and you know what this door is. You've been here before, but it's not based on the you that you knew yourself once to be. This is based on the pure, ever expanding, infinite intelligence, the consciousness that you are and have always been. And this is a door of possibility. And when the consciousness, step through the door of possibility, on the other side, in your beingness, you know you can be anything that you want to be. If it's a rock star, if it's an astronaut, if it's the world's most renowned motivational speaker, if it's a chef that owns hundreds of restaurants worldwide, you get to be whatever it is that feels fun, playful, passionate, effortless, fulfilling. You get to choose that for yourself. And in a moment, your consciousness is literally going to move through this door. And on the other side, you already know infinite possibilities. And you simply get to choose which one you want to play with simply by tuning into it, becoming aware of it, and feeling the frequency of it. Are you ready? We are going to do this together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step through the door of possibility. And here you are. So many amazing, infinite potentials and possibility for you. You get to choose. What is it? What are you going to be? Choose it now for yourself. Try it on. Play with it. Choose an outfit that represents that for you right now and put it on. Go stand in front of a mirror and tell yourself out loud, what do you see? What do you see when you look at yourself in the mirror? What are you wearing? How is your hair done? What shape is your body? Where are you? Where are you? Look around at your environment. Where are you? Are you indoors? Are you outdoors? Are you at the beach? Are you in a mansion? Are you in the wild mountains? Where are you? And what are you doing? What are you doing right now? What are you getting ready for? What time of day is it? Who's around you? Look at who's surrounding you. Feel into what this feels like to be living this possibility as being this right now. How does it feel? What does it feel like? Get into those elevated emotions. Feel it fully. Allow your consciousness to just be it. Be in excitement, be in gratitude, be in wow, wow, this is amazing. What are you hearing? What are people saying to you? What are you saying to yourself? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I can't believe it. Oh wow, this is so, oh, that's beautiful. What are you saying to yourself and what are you thinking? What are you thinking? How does it feel to think that way? Really step into this possibility. Take it all in. There's no need to rush. You have all the time in the world because time doesn't exist here. This is the alignment of the energetic frequency of that which you're choosing to be right now. When you think about your life, what comes to mind? When you think about the people that you have in your life, how does it make you feel? I want you now to check your bank account. And I want you to see the dollar number in your bank account right now. How does it make you feel to know that that's what you have in your bank account right now? Not only in your bank account, but you also have a savings account. You also have multiple investment accounts. You go to your computer and you check all your investments to see how well they're doing. And you're astounded and so grateful by this passive income that you've created for yourself that enables you to do what you want, when you want, with the people you want, to experience life the way you want to be generous and give to things that matter to you, to build and create opportunities for other people. Look at those numbers and all those investment accounts. And then go to the portfolio that has everything in it. All your investment accounts, all your Bitcoin, all of the inheritance money you've received, everything that's in your bank account, all the sales that keep coming in every single day, and look at the total. Allow yourself to see it. Is it 5 million? Is it 55 million? Is it 7 billion? Whatever it is, take a moment to be so grateful that this is the life that you chose for yourself right now. What emotions are coming up for you? What have you used this money for? Imagine some experiences that you've used this money for, whether it was retiring your parents or sending your mom on her dream trip or buying your kids their first dream car or building a nonprofit to help people ease their way through whatever you experienced in the past. Think of all the beautiful ways you've used this money to give, to grow, to expand, and to serve. And you know that there's no end to this. You know that so many people after you're gone will be taken care of because you chose to create this. You chose to step into this possibility in this lifetime. I want you to remember right now how it feels. I want you to remember how it feels. I want you to remember every single emotion right now. And I want you to take a moment and place your hand on your heart as a way to remember that this is real. This possibility exists because you chose it. You became aware of it. That was you. You can even repeat, I chose this. I am aware of this. This is possible because I am experiencing it right now in my body, in my mind, and in my field, my conscious awareness. And when you are ready, you're going to take these feelings with you and you're going to step back through that door. But before you do, I want you to know that something has drastically changed. You are bringing this experience with you. It's actually a part of you now. It's a part of your life. And when you step back through the door, you are more than welcome to put your old clothes back on, but something has dramatically shifted for you. You have had a new experience of being in a new reality. And you know it's just a matter of alignment that life will give you this experience again in the 3D physical world, but you don't have to go looking for it. You don't have to wonder how. You don't have to think about when. You know because you've actually already experienced the feelings and the sensations of this. And you trust. And you trust you that if any inspired actions show up for you in your life, that you know they are a part of this experience. And you will take inspired action because you know that it's a part of this and you want to have this journey unfold for you. And you get joy and elation from allowing it to unfold and taking every inspired action step despite this reality looking familiar, despite the circumstances that might appear to not be changing yet. It has changed. It's already done. Now it's just a matter of alignment. Bring yourself back to this space, back to this time, back to your body, back to the room that you're in. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And take a moment to notice how you feel. Take a moment to look around and look at the space that you're in and see what's changed, even if it's familiar. What's changed? How are you seeing it? And then for the next 24 hours, this is where you are going to take that experience and walk with it and be it for the next 24 hours. You are going to act as if, play pretend that you are already that. You're going to give yourself permission to play. You don't have to share this with anybody but you. For the next 24 hours, you are going to act as if. Even if the old you comes through and tries to talk you out of it, you are going to be committed for the next 24 hours to do it anyway. And at the end of the 24 hours, I want you to write down exactly how you felt while you were doing it and any resistance that came up along the way. Because that resistance is going to clearly show you what needs to be surrendered in order for you to fully align with this. Take this part of it as a gift. But don't try to fix it. Don't try to change it. It's just becoming aware of the resistant patterns. And to know that it's already done, that you fully embodied this and stepped into this. And whenever you get inspired action, whenever you get an intuitive nudge, sink into that feeling. Remember the feeling of what it felt like to be this. And then I am going to invite each and every one of you to send me a DM on Instagram if you're not already following me there, or leave a comment. You can comment on Spotify after this episode. You can make a comment on YouTube. I literally want you to acknowledge what you felt and the energy and the frequency of it, because it's one thing to receive, it's another thing to act as if and put it into like the energy and motion. It's another thing to commit to it for 24 hours, and then it's another thing to actually write it down. What you're doing is literally taking every single little step and you're creating a path so that your subconscious mind knows now. This is anchored into your subconscious mind so that it can become automatic for you, that this will be your experience in the 3D physical world. And just a little bit of a metaphor for how to move through the next 24 hours is this world is your divine playground. Everything that you see is malleable. It can be changed. It can be shaped. And it's done through your frequency, your perspective. And when we make the story about our past, filled with limitations and belief systems and perceptions that aren't moving the needle, they're not moving us towards what we actually want to be experiencing in our lives, we have a fixed reality, but nothing is fixed about the physical. It's all energy, which means it can transform, it can transcend, it can change. So the more that you can hang on to that feeling, whatever those feelings were, whether it was peace, love, liberation, freedom, just this deep sense of wholeness and worthiness and joy, you want to remind yourself of those feelings as much as possible because you created them. Give yourself this. Have fun with it. Don't make it a job. Do not make it a career. Do not make it serious. Make it play. Oh, wow. For 24 hours, I'm going to give myself permission to play when I'm driving, when I'm at work, when I'm doing my monotonous daily tasks, whatever it might be. Bring the essence and those feelings into everything that you're being and doing. When you're having conversations, when you're curating emails, I'm going to give you an example. Okay, I'll use this podcast. So, if I were playing pretend right now, I would step into the frequency that this podcast is mostly renowned and respected and one of the number one podcasts in the world. And I would step into that frequency of play. And I would be like, tune into Amazing Amy 101. And I'm inviting everybody into this frequency where we all realize that life is the lottery and we are the jackpot and there's this divine playground that is at our disposal, literally where all possibilities exist. And when people come into this frequency, they open up. They open up to possibility. And they heal because they open up to possibility because they no longer believe that their past is actually who they are. They start to understand that reality is malleable and the reality that we think is reality isn't even reality. And so they start to become more playful. They start to experience more joy. They start to understand that even the stuff that feels hard and challenging and isn't changing is just another opportunity to create a new possibility. And it's all part of the game. And people step into winning the divine lottery, understanding that there's nothing to lose, there's never anything to lose. And I have so much fun. And you, the listeners, have so much fun. And we do it together. We're not doing it alone. We're literally shifting the planet, the overall consciousness, because we are choosing to be whatever we want to be from a place of wholeness, not lack, a place of abundance, not enough. We're doing it together and we have so much fun and we laugh and there's no pressure. There's no pressure for me or you to show up a certain way. If I want to put my hair in pigtails one day, I can. If I want to wear my Care Bear shirt one day, I can. It doesn't matter. I'm allowed to age in front of you. I'm allowed to make fun of my wrinkles. Do you know what I mean? I'm allowed to poke fun at what we call the physical 3D reality all the time. I'm also allowed to be the human part of me where I don't always have great days. I don't always know what I'm going to say. I like it's freedom. Coming into winning the divine lottery, you experience more freedom because you actually experience more of the truth, which is not the physical 3D story of you, your name, the people in your life, the roles that you play, the jobs that you've had, what you achieve. It's none of that. All of that is the experience of being human and can be wonderful and great, but truly wholeness is what you are. Love is what you are. Joy is what you are. Generosity is what you are. Abundance is what you are. Prosperity coming out of your unicorn yin yang is what you are. You are the rainbow. You're a pot of gold. You are a freaking magician. And people come into this world of winning the divine lottery because the more you step into this frequency in this world, you understand that it's more true than what you've known to be true. And your whole world on the external changes because now internally you know the truth. And you know the truth. And you know that because you know the truth, that there is this vast, infinite field called the unknown. And you welcome it and you invite it in. And you invite it in consciously. And you get to have fun. And it gets to be effortless. And you get to share what you experience and the wisdom that is extracted from that with others. It's an art. You get to paint the world however you want to paint it. You can change colors. You can pick colors that are not even of the spectrum of colors to the physical eye. That's the thing. Real magic happens here. The mystical happens here. The unexpected happens here, and you're no longer afraid of it because the fear was never you in the first place. The fear was the story of you that projected into the unknown what you think might happen. The fear was never you in the first place. And that doesn't mean fear doesn't show up. That doesn't mean that you still don't experience all facets of the human spectrum. It just means that they no longer have a hold on you because there was never anything to have a hold on in the first place. You've always been free to be the fullest expression of God, of the divinity within you, of spirit, of source, creation. Through your uniqueness and your essence, which is your fragrance, which is all part of the whole. And because of this, you have so much more compassion for others. Because you look at everybody through the lens of, wow, they are expressing themselves to the best of their ability right now. So, there you have it. Welcome to the frequency of winning the divine lottery. When I play, that's what I play in. And it's because I would love, like, can you imagine a world where we're all seeing our lives, everything, everything, past, present, and future, everything that we've been through, all of our circumstances, through the lens of, wow, what a gift. And once we become aware of that, it's amazing what we can consciously create. It's amazing the next level of a destiny we can shift into. And it's fun for me. Do you know how fun playing pretend is? If you don't know, give yourself permission to start doing it. If you want a partner to go with you, I offer this inside all of my mentorship programs, all of my coaching programs. It is essential. It is a non-negotiable because we cannot go through life through the lens of everything as being serious. Yes, there is a time and space for that, 100%. We have to honor all of the human emotions and all of those old thoughts that are there, but we don't have to continue choosing that as our reality. Play pretend, make believe, get dressed up like a kid. If you look at a lot of older generations who figured it out, you're going to notice some pretty similar things. Number one, they do not care what anybody thinks of them. They finally reached the place where it no longer matters what anybody else thinks because they have been judged, criticized, condemned so many times through their lives, despite what they've done and who they're being, that they finally know the truth. It doesn't effing matter what anybody else thinks. That is not why you're here. You are here to be whatever it is that you choose to be. And I encourage you to pick something that lights you up, that expands you, that makes you feel alive, that makes you want to get out of bed every morning. Because you get to choose that for yourself. And the second thing is, they actually become more playful because they went through this whole period. Everybody's is a different season, but they all went through this whole period where they stopped playing and they realized that the wisdom that they had as a child was the most spiritual wisdom that they ever had because they were connected to their imagination. They were connected to play. They were connected to making things up as they went along. They were connected to their spontaneity. They were connected to wonder. They were connected to awe. They saw the world so much bigger than they were. They reclaimed that for themselves. And I would say the third thing is they just live their lives to the fullest because they don't know how much time is left in their life. And they want to squeeze every ounce of life out of their life. They get to this place where they decide it's not about achieving and proving their worth anymore. They know they're effing worthy. And they just decide to live every moment, every day as best and as full as they can. And because of that, they are at peace with their past. They're at peace with their now. And that becomes the frequency and the fragrance that they put into the world. Because I can guarantee you, a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old that has figured this stuff out, their body has changed. They may have gray hair, they may have wrinkles, but inside they feel younger than I've ever felt before. And just like, who is it from the Golden Girls? Looked, I still have that image of her looking in her rearview mirror in her car, and she was like, "What happened? Like, what is this?" Like, my bodysuit no longer reflects my spirit. My body might be changing, but I feel younger than I've ever felt before. Maybe not physically, but on an energetic level. And so they walk around feeling like an alien, and other people often treat them as such because when we're younger, we tend to look at people through the lens of physicality. But these people, they just don't do that anymore. They think it's the longest running comedy show ever. Like, wow, where did that come from? And you'll start to experience this if you're not already. All right. So don't forget 24-hour commitment, play, have fun with it, go all in. What do you have to lose in 24 hours? And DM me. Make sure to DM me because that will anchor it into existence even more. Also the other part of DMing me or posting it on, excuse me, YouTube or in the comments on Spotify. I'm not sure if Apple Playlists or Apple Podcasts can do that too. But part of that is when other people read what you've written, they can relate. And that creates a ripple effect of the frequency and and the waves start getting higher and higher and higher, and then they eventually neutral out. So that's an important part of the creation process also. I love you. Welcome to winning the Divine Lottery 3.0. Are we on 3.0 yet? Let's just keep going higher and wider. I love you. Bye.
Thanks so much for listening. If you found this episode valuable, please share it with a friend.